Okay. All right. I think we're about to start for real, for real. Thank you to the 5 of you who stuck around. And we might have some more people joining us soon, but we'll go ahead and get started. We have people on the line potentially from Oregon, Washington, North Carolina, Kansas, Ohio, the Virgin Islands. We've got somebody tuning in from there. And I am in Florida at the moment, though my team is mostly in Kansas. We will have people on the line that are currently involved with Enagic as Happy Kangen Water machine owners, distributors. We've got Eric Prusak with EWS Systems, Siha Top, Todd Klemmer, some of our leaders that are going to be at the February event in Lawrence. I'll tell you more about that later. And we've got people on the line that are just curious about our technology, our turmeric. We've got people that don't know anything. They're just here to check out Enagic and being here because they were invited to be here. So to everyone who is present, thank you very much for coming. And before I pass you on to Patrick, I did want to make the statement that we are here representing a 42-year-old company called Enagic. It's a global company. We're based out of Japan. And what we do is set people up with a framework to manage their triple health, body, mind, and finances. So with that, I pass it to Patrick to tell you about the Abundance Inspiration Movement that is our umbrella.
All right, thank you, Kristen, and thank you for everyone joining us tonight. And sorry about the technical difficulties. We're figuring this out, and it's certainly going to get better. The Abundance Inspiration Movement is really the brainchild of Kristen and I, just based off of some of the conversations that we were having over the last few months. We've both been working with Enagic and exploring what it is, true health, for quite some time. And this vision really started coming together. The main component of the Abundance Inspiration Movement is when you think about that idea of abundance and what that means. Abundance really is about having enough to be able to share with others. And as we have our blessings in our lives, to be able to help other people achieve abundance for themselves. We think about abundance, really, there's a physical and a mental component to it. So there's a lot of people that have plenty of money, lots and lots of money, and more that they can ever do with, but are still mentally not in abundance. And they are still living in lack and fear and worry, and it kind of manifests in a way of always wanting to get more and more and more and more to try to, satisfy that lack that's inside. On the other side, you have people that are totally in abundance mentally, and they understand the universe is abundant. They're spiritually in tune. They want to help people. They want to do positive things in the world. Yet they still they're not having the financial abundance because, well, it seems like maybe they would have to do something that really feed that greed or that ego or whatever it may be to achieve financial abundance. So with Enagic, we have something really interesting here. We have a company that has a extremely unique business plan and a vision of true health, healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. When you bring all three of those together, then you have a truly healthy person that can go out and live their life abundantly, following their dreams, helping other people achieve their dreams. And that's really where we're coming from with Abundance Inspiration. We are just getting this launched. We'll have a website going up in the next few days that explains a little bit more about what we do and how we do it. But for the moment, it's mainly people coming together, people that are of a life that have a true heart to help people, service to others, that are also looking to achieve that abundance in their life. And it is both a mental and a physical thing. So we have a blueprint now, we have a way of achieving that through Enagic, and is extremely excited to share this with everybody and have this spread, because everyone knows somebody that has some component of needing to get true health settled in their life or could benefit from this. And so all of you that are out there, anybody that's stuck around, that's on this call right now, delighted to have you here, delighted to work with you in the future, and thank you for even taking interest in this. I'm going to pass it back to Kristen to talk a little bit about Enagic and kind of what we have coming up in the coming days. We have a really exciting month ahead.
Thanks, Patrick. Thank you. I apologize if there's an echo with our voice. Patrick and I are still figuring out how to do the Google Hangouts thing, so this is our first webinar. Thanks for being patient with us. As you can see, this is not just about health. This is not just about money. What it's really about is having more time in your life to enjoy those things, to celebrate those things. And if you had true health settled in your life, physical and financial, do you reckon that that would give you a peace of mind? That's what we're aiming to do for people. So to give you an idea of how we set this up, I want to, since we've only got about 15 minutes left, we're going to have to abbreviate this, and I'm just going to describe something to you that I was going to draw out. I'm going to describe it quickly, and what that is the system as we know it. It's the system that 95% of the people, 95% of the population, especially here in America, are on. And this system is one where we work for, there's one of us working for 8 hours a day for 30 days out of the month. And that adds up to about 240 labor hours that we get paid on, right? It's a hard-working life. And that's what 95% of us do. We work 8 hours a day, almost every day out of the month, and we get paid and taxed on that. So then if you consider the other 5% of the population, those are people that are not necessarily in the system, but those are people that own their own system. And that, what that looks like is having business partners or employees perhaps. Basically, you're designing your own framework for financial existence, right? So oftentimes that, what we're going to do for simplicity of numbers is say that, let's say that person who owns their own system has 100 of themselves working 8 hours a day for 30 days out of the month. That's a total of 24,000 hours that that person's getting paid on for the same amount of effort. Who do you reckon is living a more comfortable lifestyle? Do you look at that system and think, this is how hard I work and I get paid on 240 hours. The other person over there is working the same amount as I am, but they're getting paid on 24,000 hours. It's not a balanced system. And that is something that we're looking with the Abundance Inspiration Movement. That's a system that we're looking to flip. We're trying to show you a way that you can own your own system so that you are having leveraged income on your efforts. You know, I think about that 5% and that 95%, and I think about that's the system that's in place, and consider the political and economic instability of our planet right now. And I don't know about you, but that's not really a system I'm comfortable relying on for the rest of my life. And I mean, in fact, I watched the State of the Union address the other night, President Obama. I don't know if anyone else watched that, but he actually made a joke that people laughed with him about the fact that people that are in our age bracket aren't really going to have Social Security and those kind of pension benefits, 401k, to fall back on by the time we retire. That was said in the State of the Union. So even if you're not a young person who's in the system, you might be somebody who's just about out, you're retiring, but you might have kids that are walking into that system. Is that something that you want them to be reliant upon? Things are changing, and we're just trying to provide people the opportunity to create something sustainable for themselves and their families that they own, rather than relying on something that someone else owns and constantly working towards building someone else's dreams, rather spending your time and effort to build your own dreams in your own life. You know, and that's not to say that hard work isn't important, because many of you that are on this call today know me, and you know that I love hard work. I'm a farmer. It's something that means a lot to me, but there is a balance between working harder and smarter. And that's something that we aim to share with people through this. Let me see. Patrick, do you have anything to say at this time?
I mean, you're totally right. It's good hearing that, and it really is about something that we can share. I mean, that's just the thing that comes back with abundance, is that when you, like, true abundance is having the ability to share that with other people. And so when you, in that, whatever that job is that somebody might have or whatever, and it's all good. I mean, whether you love it or you hate it, it's just part of the system. It is what it is. It's just you're identifying it as being working for somebody else versus working for yourself, or owning your own business and having to, you know, go with investors or whatever you have going on there. Normally we get to a point that if you get a job, even if it's a great job and you love it, and that's not something you can really share with anybody else. It's not like, hey man, I got this great manager job. You want it too? It pays great. I love it. Do you want to have this job as well? Because this company is hiring as many people as possible for this position. And so what Enagic is offering, it's open. It doesn't matter if you're 95 or 16. I think you do have to be 16 probably, but it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter what skills you have. It doesn't matter like what you eat. Any of those things. Everyone's invited. It's all open. We can all share in this, which makes it really beautiful. And so that's a huge component of where the abundance inspiration is coming in, is that we have something to share. We all have something to share, and we can do it part-time, we can do it full-time, somewhere in between. It's all good. We can share it with other people. So that's where we're really coming from. I should mention real quick, because I am at the library right now, and I think I'm going to get kicked out from it, is that a big thing that we're building to right now is Kristen and I and Eric Staley have all put together an event that's coming up February 13th here in Lawrence, Kansas at the Carnegie Building. And it's going to be amazing. Kristen talked about a little bit more, but we're showing this. This is something that we're launching here in Lawrence, and just to even get that, to solidify that belief in what it is, because this does, to some people, maybe sound too good to be true. I don't know, maybe, I'm sure there's plenty of questions out there. We haven't even scratched the surface. But most importantly, it's real. It is real, and we have people coming in, some top leaders coming from Dayton, Ohio, coming from Bellingham, Washington, that will be able to teach us all what this is, how it's been working for them, how they have gone about building their own business, and what we can expect with it and what happens in communities as this launch. So really excited for that. And of course, we're going to continue with these webinars now that we've got them figured out a little bit at least, and just expand this more so anybody out there can bring people that would be interested out too. That's going to be a big component of this, is sharing it with other people.
Great. Thanks, Patrick. And that to say, it's really important to note that we understand that everybody's unique. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing, but there is a standard framework from which to build. The next step for you is to get in touch with the person who asked you to be here tonight, those of you that are left, and get in touch with them and set up a one-on-one appointment to discover what kind of framework will work for you and for your family and your goals that you have, your personal dreams, and set something up that you're comfortable with and that is ideal for your particular situation. And when we're talking about this when you're talking about this with this person, they're also going to provide you with access to information about the amazing products that are involved that come along with owning your own system. And this is a healthcare system that you're going to be putting in place for you and your family for life. It's a focus on hydration, nutrition, eliminating toxic chemicals from your environment. And that's really the foundation for what we do through Enagic. That's the physical health aspect of it. And the financial health goes hand in hand with that. And with those two things married, then you begin to have peace of mind. And as our mentor, Todd Clemmer, likes to say, that your mental health, your peace of mind really starts by you just saying yes and being willing to be curious about what's possible here, because you don't have any obligation to anyone except for yourself. And that's where it begins. It always begins with yourself, your mind and your heart, and where you want to go with your life. And this isn't the only way to get there, but it's a pretty spectacular one, and it's been working for a lot of people all over the world. And as Patrick mentioned, the event in Lawrence, Kansas at the Carnegie Building, the old library there, that's going to be a fantastic way for you to get a feel for what we're talking about, and also bring other people along with you that might be interested as well, curious about what's possible for them in their lives. I think I'll just wrap it up here. Patrick's got to go. I'm sorry we had to cut it short. We're going to do this again next week, and it'll be much smoother, I think. I'll wrap it up with a quote from our president and CEO, Mr. Hironari Oshiro. I got a book of him right here. He's gone. He says that he designed Enagic to give the ordinary man a chance to live an extraordinary life. And that's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. We all deserve that. And in this day and this age, we're coming to understand that it's not just going to land in our laps. It's something that we have to be intentional about and work towards. And the good news is that you can do that with support. Incredible support, not just from Patrick and myself, but this is a global company with an incredible product, a totally ethical and sustainable business model. It's just second to none. So those of you that are here, thank you very much for staying with us tonight. And those of you that check out the recording, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Thanks, Krista.